Welcome, everyone, to another great episode of Tea Time with Tommy. I am here. We have a special guest here, Megan Harden. She is an announcer and interviewer for Magic City Wrestling. And thank you, Megan, for joining us today at a busy schedule.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Absolutely. And of course, we have a co-host here, NORBZ CABRERA, joining us as well. Let's get right into it, Megan. Let's get right into it, guys. So the first question is, what inspired you to become a professional announcer and interviewer for pro wrestling? How did that come about?
Well, I've been a fan of wrestling since I was a kid. And it was actually my grandfather who mentioned it. He was like, Megan, you ever thought about working for the WWE? And I was like, that's a possibility. And so I did my research and things like that. And I always went to independent shows. So I always knew I had to start there. But honestly, my grandfather was the one that kind of put it in my head that maybe I could do this.
Wow. Nice.
That's very nice. Yeah. How's been your experience been like being a main announcer and interviewer at Magic City Wrestling? How's that going?
I just did one for Magic City, and also I work for Fighting Evolution Wrestling, FEW, that's based out of Miami. But I got my start at CCW Coastal Championship Wrestling. The experience, I've learned a lot because I've always been on the other side. And when you're an announcer and interviewer, you're on the opposite side. So you get to see what goes on in the background and, you know, how things can change in an instant. And it's like you got to have your head on a swivel and you have to pay attention. But I love it. It's an adrenaline rush because I love this. I love this business.
Yeah, and then there's been like so much great interviewers in the past and wrestling announcers, notably Mean Gene Okerlund and Howard Finkel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lillian Garcia, right, Megan?
Yes, her too. She was amazing. She was a jack of all trades. I love how they would throw the ball at her and she would just keep it going. She was a good sport. I really liked her. I really did.
Amazing.
Awesome. I have to ask you, see some clips of your interviews. Amazing, by the way, Megan.
Thank you.
Out of all the wrestling talent in your career you've interviewed, who was the most interesting, the most fun that you've ever interviewed out of all the wrestling talent?
I will have to say Jackal Stevens. He was my first interview, and he was the most interesting one because you know how WWE has that 24/7 championship. Well, they have something similar to that, and he just said, come here. And we literally did an interview on the spot. And there was a referee that walked by, and I was joking, like, you didn't see that referee? And he was like, no, she worked at Foot Locker. I said, no, she doesn't work at Foot Locker. I bought shoes yesterday. She wasn't there. Even though I was not even at a Foot Locker. But yeah, that was fun. Last Saturday, I got the opportunity to interview Chris Masters and the Clones and Carlito.
Wow.
Yeah. Let's see who's Michael El Rey. He's very interesting. Now, he's a manager, but he's very, very, very good. Me and him have great chemistry on camera. I always say, and I've told him to his face, when Mike touch your hand, magic happens. And he was great interviewing. I interviewed him twice. Let's see. Yeah, those are the ones I can think of, like on the top of my head. Oh, Nick Turner, the Wrangler. He's funny. I had a great time interviewing him. That's who I can really think of on the top of my head.
And of course, interviewing me and NORBZ, right, Megan? That was your best interview.
We'd love to have an interview with you too.
Absolutely. Someday. Once we build our podcast, then you can interview us someday.
Sure, no problem.
Yeah, we're hitting 1,000 very, very soon. Let's hope.
Megan's at 20,000, so follow her. So yeah, someday, hopefully.
It's gonna happen.
Oh, yeah.
For sure, for sure. Yeah, just sticking with the topic of interviewing great
Mhm.
talents.
Mhm.
Which major wrestling promotion you would like to work for? Um, Actually, no. Sorry about that.
Mhm.
Which wrestler or personality in the industry you would love to have an in-depth interview with? It could be like anybody, like from
Pass.
any major wrestling promotion.
Oh, hands down, the first one got to be Stone Cold Steve Austin, because that's my
Oh,
favorite. So that has to be him. I would love to interview the Usos. I would love to interview Naomi, Roman Reigns. I would love to interview Paul Heyman because he's a genius, and I would just love to not only interview him but pick his brain. I would really love to do that. Uh, as far as like women, Nia Jax, because I think I relate to her the most. I would love to interview her. Keith Lee, good God, I would love to. I think like Pete Dunne, goodness gracious, I know he's gonna be in character,
Yeah.
but
The bruiserweight, I love the bruiserweight. He's so talented and just a powerful wrestler for his weight, for his size.
oh my God, he does. I've seen he stays in character. He does not budge. He doesn't. But that's why I want to do it. I'm not gonna budge. Because I'm gonna want to see if I can break it. I would love to do Pete Dunne, Mia Yim. Her story is very, very interesting. Shotzi Blackheart, her story is very, very interesting. Amber Moon, I absolutely love her. Like she is so different from everybody. I mean, that move is like a stunner in the air. It's so cool. I would love to do Kevin Owens because he's great on the mic, and Sami Zayn, I think I bust out laughing. But the Briscoes, I would love to interview them. Gorillas of Destiny, yes, I would love to interview them. Jeff Cobb, Jay White. Finn Balor and Adam Cole. You know,
Oh wow, those are
yeah,
great choices. Yeah.
and Kyle O'Reilly, because out of all of the members, he was my favorite. Kyle
Oh,
O'Reilly.
nice.
I liked
Nice.
his style because it was like a hybrid of MMA and wrestling. I liked his style. What's it? Oh, Marty Scurll, the villain. Oh God.
Yeah.
I would love to do. I want to say Punishment Martinez, but it's really Damian Priest. That's how I was introduced to him.
Yeah.
Punishment Martinez, but it was Damian Priest. Yeah, that's all the ones I can think of on the top of my head. Yeah. Oh, Natalia, because of her family legacy and how she's a great wrestler, but I've seen her as a teacher. She's amazing. Have patience for days. Patience, yes.
Yeah, those are great choices, especially Natalia. She would probably tell you a lot of stories about her wrestling family and her upbringing.
Yeah.
So those are great choices for sure.
Yeah.
Wow, thank you for sharing those choices, Meg. I have to. I don't know if you or the viewers know. NORBZ know. NORBZ I know. I have to give because these two were great. They came on the show. I'll plug in Brian Keith from Reality of Wrestling. I don't know if you heard of him, and Jason Dugan from ARW. I'm not sure if you heard of them, Megan, but I got to give a shout out to those two. They're the ones that hopefully up and comers that you can interview as well. I have to.
Yeah, well, this indie scene is this indie scene, and I've learned this indie scene is big but small at the same time, and you'll be surprised who knows you because people are watching, and I've learned that. Like, you'll be surprised. Like, I am shocked at the people that know me. Like, it's mind blowing to me. Like, and honestly, it hasn't sunk in yet. So I'm like waiting for it to sink in, but it's just crazy how you see everybody from one push to the next, and then you have the opportunity to see you grow. And some of them I was fans of, and now they know me. So that's crazy too.
Oh,
excellent.
That's why when you hit the big time, come back on our show again. And
oh yeah,
please don't ignore us like the other announcers.
no. Let me tell you something. I have made a promise. I said whoever I do interviews with before, they will have one afterwards. I'm not gonna. That's not me. I'm gonna circle back.
NORBZ and I believe in you. You're doing amazing. So keep going. Keep going.
Thank you.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
So going off of that, we believe you're gonna make it to the big show.
Thank you.
Which wrestling promotion would you love to be the announcer and the interview at? You got WB. We're big AEW fans, NORBZ and I. You got Impact. Which promotion would you love to work for?
You know what for me, whatever fits at the time and what's the right opportunity. I know my end goal is to be the first ever African American woman to do commentary for, WWE, AEW, or Bellator, MMA, and UFC. So I want to be able to do commentary for those two sports.
Nice.
Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, do you offer? Would you offer any advice to younger generations who would want to be in your shoes as well, who are aspiring professional announcers and interviewers? Like,
Sure.
what would advice you would give?
Sure, no problem. The advice I would give you is don't be afraid. You're gonna have to put in your head that some people are gonna say no, and I know it's gonna hurt. But if this is your dream, your passion, and your drive, look for different wrestling organizations. There are so many in the state of Florida. I would say just do your research on the organizations that are around and that are near you. Email, call. If they say they'll call you back, if you call on Monday, you don't hear from them, call back on Wednesday, because that'll show them the urgency and this is something you really want to do. I would just say look at your local wrestling promotions, because that is going to be the starting point for you. That's what it's going to be. And then that'll be able to get your name out. And then another advice I would say is be very active on social media. I just started being active like this to the point my friends thought something was wrong. But I became more active because it was a seminar with Robert Stone. And he was like, if this is your passion, you got to post about wrestling constantly. If you're not promoting where you're working, say something about what's going on in wrestling. Like if you see an article, post it. Post your favorite match, post something, because whether you realize it or not, your social media is your business card. And people have to have something to go off of. Because the worst thing a promoter wants is when they say, well, do you have video? And you say no. At least you can say, look on my page. The last advice I can give you is once you're in, ask for interviews. Ask for interviews for all the wrestlers, because the interviews help you both. It helps you and it helps them.
It's excellent.
So, yeah, and don't be afraid to build a rapport with them. You want to know certain little things. So when you interview them, and if they say something that's like triggering, you be like, bam, I remember you said that. And then I can keep going, because there are going to be times if you interview, and if the person likes it, they're gonna go like this and keep going. And you're really gonna have to be like pulling things out of a hat. But getting a rapport with them is a major thing. Meaning, I'm not saying no personal stuff, but at least know the surface stuff. Like, do they play a sport in high school? Do they play an instrument? Things like that. Did they really grow up here? Things like that can help a long way. That's advice I would give to somebody coming up that wants to be an announcer and interviewer.
Yes. So, yes, Megan, thank you for sharing all that with us. Final question. If you could announce a dream match, it could be intergender, male, female. What would that dream match be? What would you like to announce?
I would like to announce probably John Cena versus Samoa Joe, because we never got that match. We never. And also, too, there's already a story there. They've known each other for like 2 decades ago. They both started in a wrestling organization in California. And we know what happened. Joe went to Ring of Honor, Impact, then NXT, WWE. John Cena with OVW, and then went to WWE and stayed there. I would love to announce that match, but because we were supposed to get it in 2017 Backlash. But remember, because everyone kept saying, why are they putting John Cena versus Roman Reigns on Backlash? Like, this is a WrestleMania type of thing. But the reason why was Samoa Joe was hurt. So Reigns was the replacement.
Oh.
So that's why I would have loved to see it. And I do think their styles would have been great because, you know, Samoa Joe, he's like that hybrid at MMA. MMA, he can be a high flyer. He can be anything. And then we all know, John Cena's style. And I really do think if they just let them go for like 20, 25 minutes, they'll put on a clinic. I really do think it'll be up there on that caliber when it was AJ Styles versus John Cena.
Wow.
I think so.
Amazing choice, Megan. Amazing choice.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's wow. Before you go, can you share us your social media, how people can follow you?
Yes, my social media is on Instagram. It's Meg 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 Never.stop.fighting. I'm on Instagram. If you want to look at me on Facebook, it's my name, Megan Harden. For any potential bookings or you want to do business, you can email me mgnharden_WWE@icloud.com, or you could DM me on my Instagram.
God.
Excellent.
Wow. On behalf of NORBZ and I and our viewers, thank you so much again, Megan,
You're
for joining us. Don't go anywhere though. But thank you for joining us, and thank you everyone for joining us.
All right, thank you.
Great
Bye.
episode of Tea Time with Tommy. Thank you, Megan. Thank you, guys.
You're welcome. Hey, y'all. This is Megan Harden, and I just want you to tune in for Tea Time with Tommy. All right, you guys. So please subscribe for more content, and don't forget to follow Tommy Lee as well.
Hey everyone, it's Brittany from Tea Time with Tommy, and don't forget to catch Tea Time with Tommy and click the subscribe button on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Spotify. And if you don't click the subscribe button, Tommy will be a very, very, very cranky old man. So let's not have that. So make sure you click the like and subscribe button.